These are the Sony WH-1000 XM5s, a pretty great pair of headphones with a pretty not so great name.
And this is my review.
Hey, what's going on? Prashil here, and today we're going to get into the XM5s. So let's start off with the design. I gotta say, as far as over-ear headphones go, these are pretty sleek. Nothing too bold like the Apple Pro Maxes, but I like the silver color that I picked the XM5s in. Functionality-wise, it's pretty solid. You get your NC/A/B button on the left, along with the power button and headphone jack, and on the right, you've got your USB Type-C port. You also have 8 microphones littered throughout the headphones, which help detect and filter out noise depending on which listening mode you're in. You also get pretty decent adjustability, although even the tightest setting doesn't actually fit as snug as my XM3s. Alright, so let's talk about pairing and setup. And I gotta say, when it comes to pairing and setup, there really isn't much to talk about here. After charging the headphones, I turned them on, and just after a couple seconds, it was discoverable, and all I had to do was find it on my computer and hit connect, and the rest is pretty much history. And they've honestly worked perfectly since. The same can be said when you're connecting to a laptop or even a smartphone. Now with the smartphone, you can also download the Sony app, which we will get into later. But for now, I gotta say, this is honestly one of the best experiences I've had with pairing and setting up a device. It's almost as quick, and I dare say this, it's almost as quick as when you set up the AirPods Pro with an iPhone. Now speaking of performance, let's cut to the chase. Now Sony has thrown out quite a few new technical terms like 360 reality audio and multi-sensor technology, adaptive sound control. Now while all of these terms sound pretty nifty, you can basically just chuck these terms straight out the window, and let me explain just why these headphones are so great. Now Sony's noise cancelling technology has consistently been talked about with every generation of the XM series, and it just keeps getting better. After excelling at isolating the lower frequencies with its predecessors, Sony has decided to focus on isolating the higher frequencies with the XM5s. This is achieved using the V1 processor, which while present in the XM4s, works in conjunction with the addition of 8 microphones to the XM4's 4 microphones to help identify and reduce background noise. And so isolation and attenuation is top-notch on the XM5s. On the previous generations like the XM4s and 3s, you would have to run Sony's NC optimizer every time you change locations, so that it could adapt to the different background noises in each of these locations. The XM5s, however, automatically optimize noise cancelling on the move thanks to the adaptive sound control feature. Now when listening to music, I will say this, that the XM5s are a little bass heavy, which does come at a cost to the mid-range. And so while the bass is really decent, it does still, however, perform above average at the mid-range and quite excellent at the high range. All of this means that you will get a superb experience when using these headphones. Now, if you are a little bit nitpicky, you can jump into Sony's app on your mobile device and make adjustments and tweaks until the sound is just right for you. So that is an added bonus here. Alright, so what have we learned here about the XM5s? Well, you get a nice redesign, a comfortable redesign, may I add. I found the XM5s to sit really well on my head. I was able to easily wear them for up to 3 to 5 hours without any discomfort. You also get superb sound quality at this price point.
I also want to mention that the call quality on the XM5s is also top-notch. I found that the XM5s were able to excel at identifying and reducing background noise as I talk to my friend on the phone while walking through a busy street with a lot of background noise such as passing cars and people as well as construction work. So yeah, all in all, I was very impressed with the XM5. Further to this, the last 20 seconds of voiceover audio I've actually just recorded on my balcony right now on the XM5 with low-level noise such as people and cars passing below. And I think it's doing a brilliant job just focusing on my voice.
Now while all of this sounds really great, we still gotta get into the not so nice stuff. So let's start off with the price. Now you can pick up these headphones for about 400 USD, and it's a lot of money, and especially when it kind of becomes a contradiction in the hand. Now let me explain. Now in my unboxing video of the XM5s, I mentioned that it was pretty cool that Sony's decided to go with the sustainable route, especially with their packaging, which was made out of fully sustainable and recyclable materials. And what's even more interesting here is that these headphones are actually made out of recycled plastics, which came from old cars. Now this is all great and appeals to the woke consumer in me, But to the, I paid a lot of money for this and I expect a premium feeling device, consumer in me, not so much. You see, the XM4s feel so much more premium than the XM5s. I'd even argue that the fit was actually much better with the XM4s, as I was able to move around, even go on runs, without it actually coming off my head. And so personally, I wouldn't be doing that much exercise in the XM5s because they honestly just don't feel as secure on my head as the XM4s did. And so the XM5s, while boasting superior sound quality and great noise cancelling along with great call quality as well, it does have some drawbacks, especially in the lack of premium feel with regards to how much you actually pay for these. And the final elephant in the room is this case. Now with Sony's redesign of the XM5s, it also meant that while these headphones look sleeker, they actually can't fold like the old ones could. And that meant that they actually needed to come up with a bigger carry case. And while this case does look kind of fancy, kind of like an egg, it does make it kind of a nuisance to travel with, especially due to the bigger form factor of the case. Now with all of that said, I would still recommend these as a great workhorse for the office or for just personal media consumption at home. I think these are a great pair of headphones. I just wouldn't really travel or go out with them much. And so personally, when traveling, I would stick with my AirPods Pro, because while they won't give me the sound and noise cancelling of the XM5s, they do, however, give me a great deal of portability. And that honestly matters a lot when you're traveling, and the fit itself is quite good. It is an in-ear headphone, and I'm able to easily go on runs and work out with them without the fear of them actually falling out. So this has been my review of the Sony XM5s. I hope this helps you make your decision. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.